I'm Diana Heil, and we're at our winter reading party for Waldo, Westport, and Plaza branches. We've got lots of fun games going on, and we also have some featured readers giving their favorite blurbs from their favorite books from this winter's program.
My name is Joellen White. I participated in the winter reading program, and my regular branch is Waldo. My favorite book I read was The Fledgling by Octavia Butler, and it's the story of a young girl who wakes up. She doesn't know who she is. Over the course of the book, she finds out more about her past and who her family is, and that she's part of a breeding experiment by a group of vampires to develop a group of daywalkers.
In The Bone Shaker, what city is destroyed by Leviticus Blues machine? Los Angeles, California, Peculiar, Missouri, Seattle, Washington.
My name is Chris Petman. My library of choice is the Plaza. I have been to all of the winter reading programs except one. The book that I wish to recommend is a book called The Magus by John Fowles, which is about basically an English school teacher who goes to work on one of the islands in Greece, and it isn't a straightforward novel because there's very little about his teaching, but much more about the activities outside the classroom. The reason I like the book is because Fowles, in all of his books, but particularly that one, forces the reader to be engaged. He doesn't just ask you to skip over the words and say at the end, well, that was quite pleasant. He actually forces you to take a stand, and then when you think you've got it all figured out, he then says, gotcha, it was nothing of the kind, and then you move on to another aspect of the story, and then he does the same with you.
3, number 1, 5, and 7. Woo! Where's all? Hey! Who read that book? I don't.
My name is Steve Oakes, and the Kansas City Public Library that I go to is the Waldo Branch. The last great book that I read is titled Appetite for America, and it's the story about Fred Harvey. Fred Harvey and his organization, they operated the El Tovar restaurant on the south rim of the Grand Canyon for a good number of years, and I have an interest, in national parks and some of the quote-unquote railroad hotels. What was very surprising to me was how much Kansas City history was in that book. And I moved to Kansas City 8 years ago, so it really enlightened me on the past history of Kansas City and some of the movers and shakers.
Is going to someone at table 8, Jane Petman.
My name is Naveen Deshman. I'm from India. I just came over a business visa on a project, and I'm a software engineer. When I came to know that we have a library and they issue books, they issue close to 150 books free of charge, and you can read them and return them within 3 weeks. So I felt this is very good. Mostly back in India, we don't have these many facilities as we have over here. So I just went, checked into the library. I took some 5 books related to photography, accounting, and the other book was related to Iraq, the war between Iraq, and the other book was related to World War I. So I just took those books, nothing related to fiction as such, because I believe that these are the history books, so that's good for reading, knowing what was the reason behind the war and stuff like that.